Hey guys. I just wanted to give you the quick vocab that we couldn't get to in class. So we're talking about prime and composite numbers, factors and multiples, all those things. This is just basics of numeracy, and having a little number sense and understanding how numbers are composed. So these here are all your vocab words. Important vocab words: factors, multiples, prime numbers, composite numbers. That's all vocabulary. And then here we have examples to help you understand what that vocab is. Now all of this stuff, everything we're doing today, is just knowledge, understanding, sorry about my writing, understanding a little bit about math. So it's just knowledge stuff. So you want to write these down on the front. Write this down on the front of your paper, and then on the inside you'll kind of define what all of these things are. I'm going to move this over just a little bit, if I can, to center it. There you go. That should be a little bit better, and hopefully you can read it. So a factor is a whole number that divides a whole number without a remainder, one of the two numbers that multiply together to form a product. So the factors of 24 are 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Because if I multiply those together, I get 24. Those together, I get 24. That's what factors are. These little three dots here mean therefore. Okay, so factors are just two numbers that you can multiply together. All right, two numbers that you can multiply together. And they have to be whole numbers. That's very, very important. So we need to make sure that they're whole numbers. No fractions or decimals for factors. Okay, and then a multiple is a number that is the product of two factors. So product, if you remember, means multiplication. A product means multiplication. So what you're basically doing is skip counting. So the first 5 multiples of 24 are 24, and then you do 24 times 2 is 48. 24 times 3 is 72, 24 times 4, 96, and so on. So it's just basically skip counting with that number. And you can start with anything you want. I could do the multiples of 5. Multiples of 5 would be 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on, 25. That's a multiple. When you multiply, okay, you get the product. And then down here we have a prime number. A prime number has exactly two factors. Only two factors, but it has to have two. That's very important. It can't just have one factor. So a prime number has exactly two factors. And the factors are always the number 1 and itself. So for example, 7, the only factors of 7, the only two numbers that you can multiply together, whole numbers, to get 7 are 1 and itself, 7. So it has two factors. These are all examples of prime numbers. 19, 1 times 19. 3, 1 times 3. 5, 1 times 5. 17 and 13. Those are all examples of prime numbers, exactly two factors. Now on the other side, we have composite numbers. A composite number has 3 or more. So it has to have at least 3. All right, so we have 8. The factors of 8 are 1 and 8, and 2 and 4. So it has a total of 4 factors, right? It has 4 total factors. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is more than 2. It has to be a composite number. Now this is a cool little fact down here. All even numbers are composite numbers, except for 2. All even numbers are composite numbers except for 2. 2 is not composite because the only factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Just a little known fact. And I have a challenge question for you, if you can think of it. Is the number 1 prime or composite? The number 1, is it a prime number or is it a composite number? Something for you to think about. And these are your notes. Go ahead and copy them down into your notebook, and we'll be all set to start Station's next class. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.